Hi, Twality. It's Mrs. Stover, your associate principal. I'm going to spend some time with you today talking about the shifts that are going to occur with your quarter two schedule, which starts on Monday, November 16th. Here's what you need to know. Don't panic. A lot of things are staying the same. You're going to stay with the same teachers and with the same rosters of students, but we are making a few shifts based on what we heard from you. If you're in the A through L cohort, your core classes will now meet on Mondays and Thursdays, and your elective classes will meet on Tuesdays and Fridays. If you're in the M through Z cohort, your core classes will meet on Tuesdays and Fridays, and your elective classes will meet on Mondays and Thursdays. Change number 2. Interactive class start times are going to change for electives. Interactive classes with core teachers will continue to start at 9 a.m., with interactive classes with elective teachers starting at 9:40. 9 to 9:30 on elected days will be spent in independent study. So here you'll see a couple of examples of some start times for different cohorts. In the first example, it's an A through L student. They will start their interactive classes on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, their first interactive class will begin at 9:40. The Wednesday community check-in will remain the same from 9 to 9:30 on Wednesday. In this example below is an M through Z student. Their first class on Monday begins at 9:40 with a prior to that class a 9 to 9:30 independent study. They will repeat that bell schedule on Thursday with interactive class starting at 9:40. And Tuesdays and Fridays, they will begin school at 9 a.m. in morning meeting. Wednesday, your community check-in remains the same from 9 to 9:30. Change number 3, math classes will no longer be blended. Advanced Math 7, algebra, and geometry students will leave their cohorts during math time to study with a different teacher. These students will stay in their current cohort to study social studies, science, and language arts. So those of you that are Advanced Math 7, algebra, and geometry students, you might be wondering, well, how do I get to my new class? We will give you that information and help you build your schedule. So hang tight. Change number 4, we're asking all students to attend Wednesday community check-in to receive important all-school information. So as you know, community check-in is Wednesdays from 9 to 9:30. In the past, you've been able to submit a Google form and not show up to class. Now we're asking you to show up to class for that half hour to participate in the lessons that will be presented there. Okay, so this is sort of a big picture overview of the schedule shifts, which we'll dive deep into based on what cohort you are in a minute. But I just wanted to highlight a couple things here. You'll see, first of all, that the periods look a little different. So on Mondays, you will attend periods 1 through 5. If you are in the A through L cohort, that means that you'll be attending 5 periods of core coursework, starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 2:20. If you are in the M through Z cohort on Monday, you will start with an independent study from 9 to 9:30, followed by the next block of elective, period 2, 3, and 4. Period 5 on elective days for the M through Z crowd will be flex time where they can access teachers or intervention. And then for all students, 2:20 to 3:40 is independent study time. Lunch will be from 11:30 to 12:30. Let's take a look at Tuesday. That is an M through Z core day. So M through Zers, you're going to start class with a period 6, attending your core classes, your morning meeting from 9 to 9:30, followed by language arts, social studies, math, and science. If you are in the A through L cohort, period 6 will be an independent study for you from 9 to 9:30 with a first full block elective starting at period 7. Again, lunch will remain the same all through the week, 11:30 to 12:30. And period 10, if you are in your elective classes, A through L, this will be your flex time where you can access teachers for support. Wednesdays remain the same. You'll have community check-in, 0 period, 9 to 9:30, followed by independent study. And then the process repeats. On Thursday, periods 1 through 5 will be core for the A through L group and electives for the M through Z group. And Friday, period 6 will be core. 6 through 10 will be core for M through Z and will be electives through A through L. Interactive classes end every day at 2:20. So let's take a look at this a little more closely. This is a sample schedule for an A through L core student. Periods 1 through 5 will always be your core days, A through L, and it'll always be on Mondays and Thursdays. So your first period of the day, period 1 will be 9 to 9:30 morning meeting, followed by, for this student, period 2, social studies, then math from 10:40 to 11:30. You may, if you're in math 6, 7, or 8, you'll stay with your cohort teacher. If you're in advanced math 7, algebra, or geometry, you will travel to a new math teacher for that period. You will then have lunch from 11:30 to 12:30, followed by 2 more core classes in the afternoon, language arts, 12:30 to 1:20, and period 5 for this student is science, 1:30 to 2:20, and you'll repeat this schedule twice a week. For A through L, it's Mondays and Thursdays. If you're in M through Z, it looks very much the same, except your periods are 6 through 10. So your core days are Tuesdays and Fridays. So on Tuesday, your first period of the day is period 6 with morning meeting, 9 to 9:30, followed by social studies. Then period 8, math. You will stay with your cohort teacher if you're in math 6th, 7th, or 8th, or you will travel to a new teacher if you're in advanced math 7, algebra, or geometry, followed by lunch, 11:30 to 12:30. Then your afternoon periods of the day for this student will be period 9, language arts, and period 10, science, with class ending at 2:20. This is an example of an elective day for an A through L cohort. And elective days for A through L meet Tuesdays and Fridays. So those will be periods 6 and 10. Those are your elective days. So period 6, remember, begins with 9 to 9:30, independent study, followed by the first block of elective class, elective, intervention, PE, or you might have an independent study on this block, depending on who you are. Okay, so lunch will be the same, 11:30 to 12:30, and then you'll see down here in blue, that's the new period for this case, A through L. Oops, it's period 10, flex support time, and there could be some intervention classes during this time as well. M through Z, here are your elective days. Electives for you will always be periods 1 through 5, Mondays and Thursdays. So you'll start period 1, independent study, 9 to 9:30. Period 2 will be the first block of elective intervention or PE. Lunch remains the same, 11:30 to 12:30, and there you'll see it down at the bottom in blue. That is a flex support time, or it could potentially be an intervention class where you access teacher support. So just remember, starting November 16th, A through L cohort, your core days are Mondays and Thursdays, starting at 9 a.m. On elective days, your first interactive block of class starts at 9:40, Tuesdays and Fridays. M through Z cohort, your core days are now Tuesdays and Fridays, starting at 9 a.m. Your elective days, the first block of interactive class starts at 9:40, and it's Mondays and Thursdays. Wednesday community check-in for all students remains the same. It's 9 to 9:30, but now we need you to show up to that class to receive important all-school information. Live classes end every day at 2:20. And just remember, when you see independent study time in your schedule, think about it like study hall. This is time for you to work independently on your Canvas classes and prepare for interactive class. Okay, so when I'm done talking and you end this video, you're going to spend some time building your new quarter 2 schedule. And your teacher is going to share a link with you where you can make a copy of a graphic organizer that will allow that you can store in your Google Drive, where you can build your schedule, know where you're supposed to go every day, and also house the Google links that you need to get to class. So this is what it's going to look like when you make it. You'll see here, this is my Q2 schedule. I'm going to start with morning meeting, period 1. And there's the Google link that I'm going to use to get to morning meeting. Your teacher is going to share with you when your classes are going to shift to Q2. Okay, so there are going to be a few changes that occur with the transition to Q2. For the most part, they'll stay the same, but there are a few changes. For example, period 1 and 2 for the A through L core group will stay the same in Q2, but you'll see here that your period 5 in Q1 is now going to become period 3 in Q2, and period 3 that was in Q1 will now become period 4, and period 4 will now become period 6 now will become period 5. We also have an example here for the M through Z group. You'll see that you'll have this chart to refer to in class that your teacher will put up, so you know when your periods will be offered, when your classes will be offered, so you can build your new schedule. So when you get complete with it, it'll look something like this. You'll see when your morning meeting occurs, when your language arts classes is. You'll have your Google Meet that you can follow to get to that class. And every morning before school starts, you can call up this schedule, hit the Google Meet link, and know where you're supposed to go. All right. I know we gave you a lot of information here. Please know that all week long, your teachers are going to be checking in with you and referencing this graphic organizer and helping you build your schedule and get the right Google Meet links where they're supposed to go. So you're not alone in this. There's going to be a lot of adults this week that are going to be helping you out and making sure that you know where you're supposed to go on Monday, November 16th. All right. And on Monday, we will be having a special morning meeting at 9 a.m. to check in and make sure that you have everything that you need to start the new quarter. Morning meeting teachers will provide you with the Google Meet code, and please know that we're going to be around to help you. Thank you very much, and good luck with Q2.